All right, let's jump right in. We all think of ultrasound as this incredible medical tool, right? It's amazing. But have you ever stopped to think about the software that actually runs the show? That's what we're digging into today. We're looking at a solution called Freedom Ultrasound and how it's basically dragging the entire clinical workflow out of the past and into the future.
Just let that sink in for a moment. A real-time window into the human body. This isn't just some static photo. No, it's a live feed, a moving picture of what's happening inside us right now. It lets doctors see things as they unfold. It is such a powerful, fundamental piece of modern medicine. And honestly, it's only becoming more and more critical. Which naturally brings us to what's really been an ultrasound revolution. The growth in this field, especially over the last 20 years or so, has been nothing short of staggering. So you gotta ask, what's the secret sauce? What makes it such a go-to tool for doctors?
Well, it's not just one thing. It's how all these advantages stack on top of each other. First off, it's non-invasive. That's huge. It's safe. You don't have to cut anyone open. Then it's cost-effective, which means more clinics and hospitals can actually afford it and use it. But the real game changer? It's that real-time imaging. The doctor gets instant feedback. So when you put all that together, yeah, it's no surprise its use has just skyrocketed.
And the versatility is just mind-blowing. We're talking cardiology, obstetrics and gynecology for checking on babies, surgery, pediatrics, even radiology and neurology. It's used everywhere. From guiding a surgeon's delicate work to making sure a pregnancy is on track, ultrasound is truly the workhorse of the modern clinic. It does it all.
Okay, but here's the plot twist. Here's the big problem. The ultrasound machines themselves, the technology, it's all advanced at this incredible, lightning-fast pace. But the software, the actual workflow that ties everything together, it feels like it's been stuck in the dark ages, completely left behind.
And that leads us to the million-dollar question, right? Why? Why is this amazing, advanced imaging tech being held back by clunky software? Why are clinics struggling with basic stuff like automation and just keeping things productive? Well, let's get into it, because it turns out that generic, one-size-fits-all software just doesn't work here.
Okay, so here's the core of the issue. Look at general radiology, things like CT scans or MRIs. They have a very standard process. It's kind of like an assembly line. They use systems called RIS and PACS, basically a fancy information and picture archiving system. A technologist takes the pictures, and then later, a radiologist looks at them and writes a report. It's a two-step process. But ultrasound? That's a completely different ballgame. The radiologist is often the one doing the scan, interpreting it, and reporting on it all at once, in real time. It's dynamic, it's immediate. So trying to cram that fast, hands-on process into software built for a slow, batch-based system, well, it's like trying to text on a rotary phone. It's just the wrong tool for the job.
So what do? The answer isn't to just slap a coat of paint on the old system. Nope, you have to start from scratch. You have to build something new from the ground up, and that's exactly what one dedicated team decided to do. They went right to the source to figure this out. 2 years. Just think about that. For 2 full years, the design team from InnoWave literally lived inside modern ultrasound clinics. They weren't just tourists, they were on the ground, meticulously watching every single click, every conversation, every part of the process. This was no quick and dirty project. This was a deep dive, a real effort to understand the day-to-day struggles.
And here's how they pulled it off. They talked to everybody. Everybody. The folks at the front desk, the technicians running the machines, the radiologists making the diagnoses. They even teamed up with giants in the field, people like Dr. Chowball, to make sure they were on the right track. Their mission was simple, but huge. Build a digital solution from the ground up that was seamless, intuitive, and actually felt like it belonged in a modern ultrasound clinic. And after that 2-year deep dive, what did they come back with? Freedom Ultrasound. This is the result. It's the solution born directly from all that observation, all those conversations. A complete workflow platform built for one purpose, to meet the very specific, unique needs of ultrasound professionals. So, what's it like in action? Well, it basically takes the entire patient's journey and smooths it out into 4 simple, connected steps. Right from scheduling the first appointment, all the way to securely sharing the final report, everything just flows. Let's take a look at the core pieces that make this all possible.
All right, first up, it cleans up the whole front desk mess. We're talking easy scheduling, super smooth registration, even billing is made simpler. But the really cool part is something called the modality work list. Instead of someone having to type the patient's name and info into the ultrasound machine and maybe making a typo, this system just sends it over automatically. No more mistakes. And with a single click, the doctor can pull up all of that patient's past scans. Super convenient. Okay, now for the back end. This is where the real magic happens for the radiologist. It all starts with reporting. It uses these slick, personalized templates in the standard medical image format, DICOM. And get this, all the measurements from the scan, they can just pop right into the report automatically. No more typing numbers. Then you can print it any way you want, paper, PDF, whatever, and securely share everything with other doctors or the patient. It even helps with the super annoying paperwork for government compliance, which, trust me, is a massive headache for these clinics.
So, you put all these pieces together. What's the big picture? What's the takeaway? It's not just about a list of new features on a box. It's about totally changing the experience for everyone involved, the clinic staff, the doctors, and most importantly, for the patients themselves.
And the benefits are real. You can feel them right away. Reporting becomes so much faster. All those dangerous little typos from typing in data by hand, gone. Critical information, like measuring blood flow, is captured and included seamlessly. And the whole system for managing and sharing images is finally brought into the 21st century. It all boils down to three things: efficiency, accuracy, and quality. At the end of the day, all of this technology has one purpose: to create a better diagnostic report. And honestly, this quote just nails it. The whole point is to create reports that are impressive, standardized, comprehensive, and easily interpretable. Why? Because reports like that lead to better decisions, and that leads to better care for patients. It's as simple as that. And that really brings us to the big idea here. Freedom Ultrasound isn't just a piece of software. It's an answer to a really important question. What happens when you finally stop trying to make a one-size-fits-all tool work for a highly specialized job? What happens when you build something that is perfectly tailored for the task at hand? Well, the answer is you get a revolution. You get transformation, you get efficiency, and you get better outcomes for everyone.